Listen, these studios really keep manufacturing new reboots and franchises, acting like they want us addicted to them, like we're Scoob.
I'm so weak.
Now look, I'm a huge Scooby fan. I grew up watching the show. Cyber Chase was the first DVD I bought when we got our first player. Hell, I bought the damn Bark Box just to get them Scooby snacks.
Aw, come on, eat a Scooby snack, just one. What's it gonna take? We'd eat a Scooby snack for, say, 2 Scooby snacks?
Yeah, Shaggy lied. But at least Warner Bros. Was honest about this being a stream it. Let me explain. So Scoob is directed by the animation director of Space Jam. He also worked on Fantastic Mr. Fox. This was pitched as an origin story that I thought had a pretty good cast. But then it turns out they're just churning out another cinematic universe.
We're creating a Hanna-Barbera universe. So incorporating Blue Falcon and Dynamite and Captain Caveman and Dee Dee Skies. These are all existing characters from the Hanna-Barbera universe that are put on the big screen for the first time.
So full spoilers for the Iron Man of this series. Pretty much it's a 15-minute origin story that then becomes just the plot of the live-action Scooby-Doos combined. This movie begins with them as kids all coming together after Scoobs and Shag got beat up by ICP Jr. And Fred literally comes in as a knight in shining armor before jumping to the future where Simon Cowell has them going different directions.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You are terrible.
Yeah, homie, you were funnier in Shrek. The bad guy here also had his own show back in the day, as well as his own dog, which he replaced with robo-minions. But after discovering that Scooby is a descendant of Alexander the Great's dog, he fights harder than Vic to get him.
Dick!
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. Scooby and Shaggy join the Avengers, who, again, are previously established characters that are newly established because...
You shall be avenged.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. A big element of this movie is definitely them banking off on the spin-offs and franchises that they want to create. That's no mystery, but that makes it so convoluted. Part of the gang is searching for the other with the help of Theo over here in order to be reunited. Scooby and Shaggy are dealing with their friendship. Warner Bros. Is stuffing as many upcoming Easter eggs as they can. Mark Wahlberg's still working on his legacy.
I got a DM from one of my fans who gave me the location.
Brian, those are a lot of words no one your age should be using.
Now, like I said, this wouldn't be the first time they've been separated, but the first time they broke my heart. Listen. That's bogus. And it just makes it worse when they actually get attacked and Shaggy's throwing a hissy fit because his dog won't come here.
Choose!
Obviously, they come together to unmask the villain. Twice. Realize that Shag and Scoob are the heart of the team after like a decade of being together. Shaggy gives up his life, trading in himself so that his friends could live as he shuts down the curse. And then Scoob asks for him back, and he does.
It's because I always want to be with you.
Zoinks! I guess friendship really did save the day.
Now let me start with what works. Obviously the gang solving mysteries is timeless, even their outfits are still the same, except for Fred with his bomber. But he still has that ascot. The way they combine the scores and bring them in as a nice highlight in the beginning I thought was beautiful. And like I said, there's obviously dozens of Easter eggs throughout the movie. But as much nostalgia as I have for it, I can't fall for it. I gotta be honest. It's not for me. Like, I've seen various incarnations of these characters. They're fictional, so you can literally turn them to whatever you want. I don't really care. But from one Latino cartoon to another, y'all just turned Velma into Dora.
This thing is increíble.
Overall, the humor is, it's interesting.
This ain't your daddy's Blue Falcon.
It feels like they created an AI that went through a bunch of memes and things that people find funny, and then they just microwaved it for a kid's movie, hoping it would become a GIF.
Dick!
There are moments where they zoom in, with the cameras for reaction shots of the cartoons, like it's an episode of The Office. It's like those Instagram comedy videos that rely on relatability that no one really says out loud.
Trace amounts of mustache oil, 12-year-old scotch.
Ugh, is the bad guy my dad?
From the Tinder mention to old millennial jokes, I will say the toxic masculinity joke that everyone went crazy for on Twitter, it was just a one-off line in the movie, but seeing dudes get triggered because of that phrase, honestly, it has to ironically be the funniest thing. I'm not expecting this to be as raunchy as the live-action ones were, They even have a rated R cut out there somewhere that's never been released.
I'm Mary Jane.
Like, that is my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
But I just want them to be good. Don't chase sequels. Make something that the studio itself would have more faith in. It's not new in Scooby-Doo to do crossovers, but I think the difference is that the past ones were one-offs, capitalizing on what makes the characters involved great. This feels corporate. I can't say whether you'll find all of it funny. It was kind of 50-50 for me, which, you know, I wish the ratio was a little bit higher. But you're lying if you don't think this is funny.
It's not fair for the rest of us who have to pay for Netflix.
You have to pay for Netflix?
This will not stand.
Bruh, that was Zac Efron asking. Overall, I'm still curious to see that Tom and Jerry movie that's on the horizon. They seem to be working on a lot of spin-offs, and it's going to be a battle to see what goes to theaters and what goes to HBO Max, which is where I personally think Scoob should have gone. But in the lifespan of a property, this is just a blip, you know? They'll either reboot it or count it as their Iron Man 2, but it at least reinforces the idea that while robots can't replace man's best friend, it sure seems like they're about to replace scripts. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm not a fan of this, but obviously I do like Scooby-Doo and I want to see them done well. I'm curious to see if they are going to bring back Captain Cutler like they said towards the end of it. I personally would want the Shag Wagon back, not the Shag Tesla that they got there. And look, I love Will, but this is not his forte. I would not want to, if he was the last man on Earth, I don't ever want to see him voice Shaggy again. Like, it was not there. I'm very curious to see, though, what they do with this as they're expanding it. Please don't hit us with
Copyright infringement.
but I do think that this is something they could do well and expand on because it's, you know, it's great properties. I just wish they weren't going about it the cinematic universe way, which just seems like they're banking on it, like they're milking it to a degree. That said, though, within all my research, I did find something that was hilarious. When dealing with the original ones, I had no idea that Tim Curry, who is a lifelong Scooby-Doo fan, was actually considered for the role of the villain, and he was about to take it, and then literally said no, because as much as he loves Scooby-Doo, he freaking hates Scrappy-Doo and said, nah, not gonna do it. I think that's hilarious. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on this movie or any other fun fact Scooby-Doo snacks that you have. It's gonna be interesting. In 10 years' time, we'll probably even have a new live-action adaptation where they fight alongside Robert Pattinson's Batman. I have absolutely no idea. Other than that, I'm curious to know your thoughts. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And remember,
it is brilliant American literature, and I don't care what anybody. It is. It should be taught in schools.